Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jay Greenstein coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And today I'm here with a very special guest, Melissa Hoar. She is an Olympic athlete as well as a Doctor of Chiropractic. And Melissa today is going to tell us her story. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning.
So now you are in California, correct?
That's right. Yeah, California.
Where in California are you?
Silicon Valley, San Jose.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I used to live in Rockridge, if you know where that is. It's between Oakland and Berkeley, East Bay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful out there.
Yeah, nice part of the country.
All right. So first and foremost, Melissa, what was the what were the events that you participated in the Olympics, and what Olympic Games did you go to?
I competed in the event of skeleton, and I competed in the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics.
Awesome. And just in case somebody doesn't know what the skeleton is, you were just describing it before. What is that event?
So basically, it's just head first down the bobsled track.
And the requirements are?
What do you mean by requirement?
Well, I said, wow, that's pretty brave. And you said, well, either brave or?
Oh, crazy. I've been called both.
That's okay. I think to be an Olympic athlete, you probably need a little bit of both for sure. So thanks again for joining us today. You know, the purpose of today's conversation is certainly to learn about your Olympic experience, but also to talk about your experience as a Doctor of Chiropractic. So, well, again, we'll kind of get back to the Olympics. Tell me what it was like to train for the Olympics. What did you have to do mentally and physically in order to get prepared for the games?
Well, to give you the long story, I was basically an athlete my whole life. So I was training for a different sport up until I was about 21. And then I was recruited by the Australian Institute of Sport as part of a talent transfer program where they looked for athletes who they thought would have skills that were transferable into other sports, because in Australia we have a really strong summer games team, and so we were trying to build up our winter games team. So they did a similar thing with our aerial ski team, where a lot of them had a gymnastics background.
Wow.
And so basically I was already a high-level athlete and competing in world championships and that type of thing. And so then they transferred me into skeleton and basically took a group of girls over to Canada and put us on sleds and sent us on tracks. And so from there, they whittled the team down, and then they pretty much just put us on a fast track to becoming elite skeleton athletes. We trained, and some of us spent time living at the Australian Institute of Sport, where we would train a few times every day. We would eat clean, and then we would do mental preparation. So because you can only compete in skeleton for few months of the year, maybe up to 6 months of the year, we would do a lot of point of view training where you would watch a head cam go down the track and get a feel for what it was like to be on the track when you were sitting in a Australian beach. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's pretty interesting training. And you mentioned the mental aspect. I'm curious, what was the mental aspect like going from one sport to another?
It was at first it was difficult because my previous sport was a summer sport. So I was used to basically following summers around the world, and enjoying the summer life. So it definitely took some getting used to. Being in the snow and the winter, and I'd never scraped ice off a windshield before. So that was something different. But in terms of mental preparation for skeleton, it was definitely a different style of preparation than I was used to. before, because there's a danger element involved in skeleton. You know, you can,
Okay.
if you aren't mentally prepared and focused, you can definitely end up in some trouble. So it was a new way of approaching sport for me, learning how to really get honed in mentally.
And then in terms of your experience with chiropractic at the Olympic Games or as an athlete preparing for the Olympic Games or just as a world-class athlete in general, can you share with us your experience with chiropractic?
So I was unfortunately a injury-prone athlete, so I had a lot of familiarity with a lot of different healthcare providers. I worked with physical therapists, orthopedists, acupuncture, massage, Pilates instructors, um, osteopaths, and chiropractors. And throughout my career, I felt like chiropractic encompassed the best of everything. And after competing, I knew I definitely wanted to go into a healthcare field. And so having that hands-on experience with all those different providers definitely gave me a lot of information and enabled me to have an insight into what chiropractic care was really about and what it could do for people. So I was pretty lucky in an unlucky way that I had that experience with all those different providers, and yeah, was able to kind of figure out how chiropractic was able to encompass everything that kept me together as an athlete.
What were some of the advantages actually um, that made you feel that chiropractic was like one of the best solutions that you had access to, and then of course, you know, decided to go to school. But as an athlete, as a patient, you know, what is it that you appreciated most about chiropractic where those advantages just were so present for you?
Um, I guess just the hands-on approach uh, really felt like it kept my body together.
Mhm.
You know, not to say that the other fields didn't help me; they really did, and I wouldn't have a bad word to say about any of them either.
Sure.
I just felt like chiropractic, for me, really provided really covered everything that I needed. You know, it was, you know, you could get soft tissue work, you could have the chiropractic adjustments, exercise prescription, and yeah, it really just covered everything that I needed as an athlete.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate what you're saying about the other healthcare providers. When for sports chiropractors who work, you know, at any level in sport, you know, we're used to dealing with these interdisciplinary teams, which is so incredibly important when trying to get the best outcome for the athlete. So I definitely appreciate those words. So you went to the Olympics, and how did you do? Did how did you do in terms of the race or the
Uh,
races?
in the actual race, I finished 12th, which was
Awesome.
it was actually I was really happy with it. So leading up to the Olympics, I was injured the season previous.
Mm.
So I was actually the only athlete in the field who had never been on the Olympic track before.
Wow.
So the season previous, athletes were allowed to get on the track and get some practice runs in, but because I was out injured, I'd never had experience on that track before, and that track was actually one of the most technical, fast tracks, or is to this day, the fastest track ever built. And
Wow.
so it was pretty intimidating coming into the games, being the only athlete that had never been on that track before. So yeah, it was. I was definitely happy with my 12th place.
That's awesome. So we were talking before we started the Google Hangout, and I said we both have dogs, and I said my dog will definitely start barking while in the middle of the hangout, so I have to get up and get him. So
No
audience,
problem.
give me
Yeah,
10 seconds.
no problem.
Literally happens almost every time. It's just too funny. All right.
Oh,
So
yes.
So now you've had a great Olympics, you've had a great experience, and then you decide what's next. You're considering chiropractic school. How did you get involved? How did you learn about FIXes, the Federation of International Chiropractic and Sport? How did you learn about the World Olympic Scholarship Program?
So actually, it was through my admissions rep at Palmer.
Wow.
He, so a another skeleton Olympian, Lindsay Alcock, she was currently enrolled at Palmer College of Chiropractic West Campus, and so yeah, basically my admissions rep Arthur Rios, shout out, thank
Love it.
yeah, he told me about the program and about the possibility of being able to come to Palmer on the scholarship program, like Lindsay had.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
So what was your experience like in chiropractic school?
it was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was hard work. I'd been out of school for a number of years since I completed my undergraduate degree, so I was feeling a little nervous about getting back into, the studying mode, if I was still gonna be able to do it. But, the staff was really supportive, and it was just a really positive experience, and I enjoyed actually, getting back into studying and learning a lot of new stuff. So is a grueling program, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours spent studying. Yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time in the library. But overall, it was a really great experience.
That parallels mine a lot actually, because I would often use the word grueling to describe the academic experience. And like in life, it's you get out what you put into it. And I was definitely wanting to make sure that I learned, and in order to do that, it's hard. It was really hard. So I can appreciate that. What was it that you took from your Olympic experience that helped you in chiropractic school?
I would say it was probably just the ability to really push myself. It took a lot of commitment and determination to stay focused and train for the Olympics. And I would say that I probably applied that to my chiropractic experience as well, just wanting to do the best that I could in the field, to become the best that I could through school. So I think I probably took that obsessive compulsive desire to push myself and took it into school with me as well.
That's great. That's great. So, where are you practicing now?
I'm in Cupertino, California.
And how did you get there? I mean, I know you probably drove or flew, but like, how did you make the decision to go to California and practice?
Well, so I studied at Palmer West, which is in San Jose, California, and then excuse me, as I was getting towards graduation, a friend of mine who had graduated a little before me, Nicole Gautier, she was working in a practice and she thought that I would be a really good fit to come and join that. And so she introduced me to the owner of the practice, Dr. Lisa Stein. And yeah, basically, I came and had an interview with Lisa and we just gelled really well. And Lisa thought that I would be a good fit for the practice. So after I graduated, I started working there. And it's
Fantastic.
yeah, it's been a really great experience.
Well, what's the one thing that you would tell the profession, other practicing doctors of chiropractic, about just being a chiropractor, like what your experience has been?
It's been um, it's been more than I thought it would be. You know, getting to help people, having people get up off the table and say how much better they feel. It's a really rewarding experience. People come in with a headache and then you adjust them and they feel immediate relief. Or they come in and they need their ribs adjusted. Just that experience of providing someone with such a relief from pain is a really rewarding experience. And you know, obviously it's not every single patient every single time getting 100% better, but working towards people having a better experience of life in general is a really rewarding feeling.
Yeah. We get a lot of instant gratification in our practices, don't we?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
we're lucky.
cool.
Yeah, stuff like that it's pretty amazing.
Awesome. What's the one thing that you would tell the general public about chiropractic and its importance in public health?
Um, just that, probably a lot of people have misconceptions about chiropractic, and I definitely think that the perception of chiropractic is changing, and it is becoming a more broadly accepted healthcare choice for people. And I think just understanding what chiropractic is, and if you don't understand what it is, then go to your local chiropractor and find out about it and find out how it can be beneficial to you. Um, we have so many different tools that we can use to help people, between the chiropractic adjustment, soft tissue work. There's a whole bunch of different ways that we can do soft tissue work, um, nutritional guidelines. Oh, there's so much to it that we can provide for people, and just getting that awareness that our education encompasses so much, and we can really provide a lot of benefit for people.
That's great advice. Great advice. Thank you. So, last question, Melissa.
Okay.
What would you tell other Olympians that are not sure about what their next career move is and how the Olympic scholarship program through Fix has changed your life?
So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do after the Olympics. I knew that I wanted to further my education, and I knew that I wanted to go into some type of healthcare field. Um, and the the scholarship program provided through FIC uh, totally changed my life. It gave me direction. It gave me the ability to achieve all of those things and to go into an amazing profession where I get to help other people every single day. For people, not sure about what the next step is after competing in the Olympics, I've definitely been there, and the transition from being an athlete and an Olympian into, regular life is not an easy one. It's a difficult one, and if you are struggling with it, then reach out to people and just talk to them and ask them what they did, and ask them if they have any advice or help, because there's definitely pathways out there like the scholarship program to help you get started. And if you're interested in the healthcare field, then I urge you to look into chiropractic, because it's an amazing field, and it can really provide a lot of fulfillment as a career.
Awesome, Melissa. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here today. You shared some great information and some great feedback. We'll make sure to have a link enclosed at the end of this video. So if there are any other Olympians that are interested in the program, they can use that link to go to the Olympic scholarship page on our Fix website. Congratulations on all of your achievements. It's quite a story. And again, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Jay. Great to be here.
Bye now.
Bye.